Breaking news, the police chief in Cologne, Germany, has been fired. The chief's dismissal coming amid criticism of his department's handling of sex attacks and muggings on New Year's Eve. 18 of the alleged 31 alleged attackers have been identified as asylum-seeking, including several Syrian refugees. Joining me now is Ebony, Dee and Jillian are back, as well as Major General Robert Scales. Dee, I'll go to you first on this. We heard about this and initially felt like it was suppressed a little bit. Perhaps this is why he was fired. But this goes to one of the greatest fears of a lot of people. A lot of migrants, a lot of asylum seekers run amok. I mean, it was some ugly stuff that went on over there.
Well, yeah, these women are attacked and raped, and this is something that is a possibility for our country. And the only silver lining of this is the fact that we can see that the three of us could walk out of the subway at Penn Station and be attacked by 1,000 migrants. I'm sorry, but I would really rather that not happen. So we could learn from this example, and we've got to make sure we have the vetting process if we have migrants come in at all.
Now, Jillian you spent time over with the migrants, some migrants in Eastern Europe. You got to know them. Did you sense, I mean, is there a part of their culture where this is sort of accepted back where they come from, that it's going to be hard to vet that out because even if they're not doing it, they'll look the other way maybe?
Well, the refugee population is incredibly diverse. I think that's important to keep in mind here. But I did meet people who were wonderful. I'd take them into my house in a day. Then again, I heard stories from volunteers of, one volunteer who helped a woman who stumbled, reached out to touch her to help her back up, and a guy came at her with a knife. Numbers, then?
Are you surprised at what you're hearing, or this surprises you from after you've met them face to face? This stuff surprises you?
I do think that there's a cultural problem within Islam about disrespect for women, and this is really coming out in this respect. Does this mean that we should not accept anyone? Absolutely not. I would really favor a refugee policy that gives priority to women-headed households, to females fleeing exactly this kind of violence. I think we're getting a glimpse of what these women live with every
General
day.
Scales, how do we protect ourselves? How do we vet them properly? It's an issue that gets worse almost every day we open the newspaper.
Yeah. That's a great question. I think what the Germans are learning is the fact that refugees, immigrants, tend to take their culture with them. And as the two ladies said, there's not a lot you can do with that, is that Arab culture tends to be misogynist. It tends to be radically anti-Semitic and against liberal democracies in general. So, yes, you can vet to some degree, but you can't vet culture. You can't vet thousands of years of embedded collective thought, and that's going to be the problem, Charles.
It happened. There were situations in Helsinki, Cologne, Hamburg, and other places. And here's the thing, Ebony. Speaking of the politically correct aspect, the knee-jerk reaction in Cologne was the mayor says she's going to publish a code of conduct for the women. For the women.
Ridiculous.
Whew, that makes me cringe, Charles, because I can't stand this notion that there's such a thing as an invitation on behalf of women to invite that type of behavior. Look, this conversation starts and stops with me for one simple thing. Until our FBI director can say that we can effectively vet the people that are coming into this country in an effective way that we can all trust, I don't even know why we're talking about it.
Well, listen, there's a big thing, guys, a big difference between a criminal record and culture that's been mentioned here.
Yeah, but look at their culture and what they want to do. Same thing in this case.
There are a lot of women there that are fleeing exactly this, and I want to keep that in mind.
We got to leave it right